Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz, and it is June 10, 2017 at 10:40 p.m. Birmingham. Topic, I'm going to put you in a category. I'm going to read out some numbers for you. You put yourself in where you feel that you fit. And at the end of this category, you'll have a real good idea of where you are, where you want to go, where we're headed. Actually, you won't know where we're headed until I do the next blog, and it's going to make you mad. So let's start. Just say, and this is a fact, there are today 7.5 billion people on Earth. Let's make that simple. Let's say there's 100. For percentages' sake, there's 100 people on Earth. So when I give you a percentage number, change that percentage to number of people. For example, number one, 31% of the world are Christian, or you can say 31 of 100 people. So you got me? All right, let me go. And that was correct. Number one, 31% Christian, claim to be Christian. How many are actually Christian? We don't know. Number two, 23% are Muslim. How many of those are Islam? Number three, 15% are India, Hindus. Number four, 7% are Buddhist. Number five, 9% are other different religions. And number six, 15% are atheist. You can take that 15%, just say 15 people if you want. All right, now people, back to 7.5 billion, one half are male, one half are female. Asian, they're 59%, or 59 people, however you want to put it. African, 16%, Europe, 10%, North America, 8%, South America, 6%, Australia, 1%. In the age of those categories, age 0 through 4 are 9% of those. 5 through 14 are 17% of those. Age 15 through 24 are 16%. Age 25 through 34 is also 16%. Keep in mind, 58% of all people on Earth are under age of 35. 35, age to 49, 20%. Age 50 to 64 is 14% of the people. And 65 or older is 8% of the people. And I am in that category. Chinese, 19%. Islam, or rather India, I apologize, not Islam. India, 18%. Americans, 4%. Brazil, 3%. Russian, 2%. German is 1%. Now, there's 53% left. Divide that by 187 other countries. Now, of that number, Chinese Mandarin, spoken language on this earth, 14%. English is 13%. Hindu is 9%. Spanish is 8%. Arabic is 5%. And the remaining 51% divide 7,000 other languages. How many people can read? Okay, all right. 86% can read and or write. 14% can do neither. Clean, safe water. 92% of the world has access to clean, safe water. 8% do not. Healthy and weight. 62% of the people are healthy. 11% are underweight or malnourished. 1% are starving. Now, of that 62% healthy category, 26%, I'm sorry, not of that category, but 26% of the people are overweight, with 8% of them being obese. I had to slow down. Housing, 21% have none. 1% are homeless. 78% do have proper housing. 60% have indoor plumbing, commodes, and so on. 40% do not. 15% of that 40%, they do it outdoors in the open wherever they happen to be. 54% of the people live in the cities. 46% live in the countryside. 91% have some form of employment. 9% have no employment. One of these have AIDS. 5 of these will have an STD. Okay, and that's talking about the 9% that are unemployed. That's attached to that one. Married. 58% of the people are married. 42% are not. The age to marry for women is age 29 on the average. Men age 32. 15% of the people smoke. 85% do not. 15% of the people own cars. 85% do not own a car. 90% of the people are right-handed. 10% are left-handed. 73% expected to go through high school. Of that, 27% will not. 7% have college degrees. 93% do not. These are this category of people that's going to school. 80% of the people own cell phones. 20% do not. 80% have cell phones. Of those, 60% do not have indoor plumbing. They have a cell phone, but not a commode. 42% have internet. 58% do not. Of the internet, 42%. 26% use Facebook. 17% YouTube. 4% Twitter. Of the wealth, 71% have less than $10,000. Of those, 12% live on $2 a day. 21% have between $10,000 and $100,000. 7% have between $100,000 and $1 million. 1% have an excess of $1 million. This 1% owns 50% of the world's wealth. 9% owns 35% of the world's net worth. 10% owns all the world's money. In recapping the net worth, once again in a different way, 1% owns 50% of the world's money. 9% owns 35% of the world's money. 10% owns 85% of the world's money. 20% owns 12% of the global money supply. 70% owns or controls 3% of the world's money. 1% of the people are refugees, and 2% are named Muhammad of the refugees. Find out what category you belong in, and we here in America, we have it easier than 90% of the world. You can see that, actually more than that. You can see us in about a 3% category over the world if you live in the United States. It'll blow your mind, but the next blog I give you is going to piss you off. That's a given. Jody Wolf, Expoz.